So we see that this is 0.68, 0.65, 1823 shows left-right side flow of energy, and then afterwards 0.45 and 0.50. So it is also relaxing instead of pushing hard, and you can see all these areas that were in hyper state have become balanced. But we have somebody interesting here. We have the throat thyroid area that took off here. So we have a lot of energy going out there, and similarly jaw and teeth. That's right there, that spike. So that's sort of interesting to observe where that could have seated itself. So we see that thyroid area, we have an earlier blast in the baseline. You see that whole big development.
Hasn't it spiked on the other side?
And now we see that this is also done the similar here too. After it was already there. So what could this entail? What could this also reference? The thyroid. That it is at a physical energy field level, but let's look at...
well, could it be that the thyroid is weaker, and then when you infuse it with the electrolytes, it sort of spikes it to try to realign itself?
It's a good point you brought up.
Because I've been low thyroid, and just like Robert yesterday, when he takes thyroid medication, we don't take thyroid medication. I take adrenal support, homeopathics and things, but it could be that the electrolytes were just trying to, give a shot, and it was reacting to the electrolytes.
That statement you just made just now, it's you see this was the baseline, and let's take that up and blow it up here, and we see what took place. This is the thyroid area, and there's a lot of spikes chopped up, very staccato movement, and that staccato movement also conveys that there is an interruption. It's not harmonious. That is not, let's say, the harmonious presence of its function has been stymied.
Well, that's a diagnosis I've had before, low thyroid.
Okay, so your observation after having taken the electroblast, and we can come back here and you look at the coloration now, and you see what has taken place. It has increased its value by infusing many other components, predominantly more psychological components and emotional components in there, characterized also with your inner presence. So, is it stirred something up in there? Yep, it has. It absolutely has. It has stirred it. And that stirring over here has clearly illustrated itself at a physical field level, because that's where it has been heightened, in that particular spot. So, is this an area that you would say is a possible reference vulnerable point? It shows that is definitely a specific area of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And I make a comment, and some of the measurements I've taken, sometimes a person will have a treatment modality, and after the treatment modality, there's actually more chaotic energy. And it's not a bad thing. It just means there's some healing process going on, and we're measuring it. This is real-time data, but it's just a small, snapshot. We may need to take additional to see this process play out. And looking at the size of your throat chakra, it's pretty active. And so what this is showing, my interpretation of it is that there's some recalibration going on in the throat chakra and the throat area, the thyroid area, that the thing that you're using is creating a process, and it probably does that with people, that it may not just be balanced right off the bat, but it may show some of the vulnerable areas, and then there's a healing process that goes on that may be ongoing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, it gives you a place to look to actually focus on creating modalities that are going to actually treat the area that has weakness.
So many things that you could do. You know, in my work, I'll do craniosacral or color therapy, or, you know, I've got, 10 different things that I might use. You've got things, everybody has got their modalities. And what's great about the GDV is it shows you in real time, this is the energy distribution of what's going on right now, and then we can kind of chart the process of it. I have many patients where they'll come in fully balanced in the GDV, and then there'll be a disorganization after the treatment, and it's just their way of saying, okay, I feel vulnerable, but I'm safe enough where I can go into a deeper healing process of a higher vibrational state that I'm moving towards.